Hi everybody, this is Nancy, and this is my first design team project for mini album scraps at minialbumscraps.ning.com. For the most part, I decided to do a calendar because I just loved all the laser cuts that I got to work with, and I didn't want to make a mini album that was going to sit in a utility tub and not even be seen like the rest of my minis. They were just so pretty. I wanted to be able to enjoy them, so I decided to go with the calendar. So anyway, I'm going to show you what parts of it came from the Mini Album Scraps shop. And if you haven't joined the site, or if you want to purchase some really nice laser cuts that are exclusive to their shop, then I would suggest visiting minialbumscraps.ning.com. Okay, when I made the calendar, what I did is I velcroed all these little calendars onto the mat. So that way, actually this one was on there crooked, so I'm going to fix it now. So that way I can use the calendar again next year. And the calendars themselves I purchased on Etsy as PNG files. So the backgrounds are transparent, and I can make any size I want, and I can print them on design paper if I wanted, which I think I did in a couple cases. So, or I added a little bit of design to it. But anyway, so that's how I did that. And let's see, the pennant that says 2012, that was from the Mini Album Scraps shop. And of course the dress form. And I just decorated it with some lace and feather trim that I had, and put some pearls around her neck. And the clock in the background, that I cut with my Cricut. And I think those clock hands were a Sizzix die. And then I love the boot. The boot came from the shop too, and I spritzed it with worn leather ink spray, and then I dry embossed it, and then I did a little bit of UD just to make it look like as close as I could to a nice leather boot, and topped it with fur, because I figured it was January and it would be cold outside. Now most of the dies I inked with my favorite ink sprays and glitter sprays, which are these Dilutions. I just love this brand. This is my collection of their ink sprays. I think they have 4 collections, and I have 2 of the 4, and I'm going to get the rest because I just love them. And hush. And then these are their mica sprays, and they are great too. And the really good thing is these things, they're really shimmery, and they don't seem to clog. I have not had any trouble with their mica sprays clogging. And of course they also have some beautiful vivid paint colors. But anyway, I love their products, and I use them throughout the book on the dies. Okay, so that was January, and I'm probably going to make this video in 2 parts because I don't think I'm going to get done. This is February, and I used a couple of chipboard pieces from Prima, and the paper, actually this paper is Prima as well. Most of it is, some of it's Webster's Pages. And the chandelier, that is from the Mini Album Scraps shop, and I did a shabby chic look. And on the candlesticks themselves, I used Rub and Buff, and the rest of it is, I think I actually used Tim Holtz crackle paint and some distress ink. And then I put Prima pearls. And the corset, that's from the shop. And I inked that, not inked it, sprayed it with the Dilutions mica sprays, a couple different colors, and added some little bling and some ribbon and lace, velvet ribbon and lace trim. And let's see, what else did I use on here? Oh, and I also did a little chain to connect the chandelier. And some Prima or Recollections flowers. Okay, let me back up so you can see the whole page. Okay, so that is February. And then March, Okay, that's March. I used the cute little chair that comes from the Mini Album Scrap shop, and I used some houndstooth felt on there for some texture. And this chandelier I painted black. It's from the shop also. And the little flourish, also from the shop, and I painted that black. And that's a little piece of Prima Vine and some Prima Bling. And this, the silhouette in the mirror, I cut with my Cricut, but I think that is now something very similar, actually a lot nicer, is now available as a laser cut from the Mini Album Scrap shop. I'm not sure if it's up in the shop yet, but I think it's available. And if it's not, if you don't see it on the shop, it will be there shortly. And the lollipop flower I made, I used a couple of film strips. I don't know if those are Tim Holtz or Seven Gypsies or something. I'm not sure. And there's a transparency also in the background. That was by Glitz Designs. I love their transparencies. Okay, that's March. And this is April, one of my favorite pages. The paper is Webster's Pages. I think it's the Hollywood Vogue collection. And there's some recollections, black bling and a little ribbon and rose vine that I've had in my stash. And then that dress form, that's from the shop. It's probably my favorite design. It has a really cute little hanging, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, so I put pearls all over that, and I put a little dried flower arrangement instead of a dress, which I thought was really cute, and more pearl trim. So that's that is April, and those are Prima flowers, I believe. In May, not really sure. I think this is Prima paper, but I'm not really sure. And on this one, I put a twisted ribbon to give it some, some texture. And this little hat, I love the hat. That's from the Mini Album Scrap shop, and I used a flocking powder on there, and it's really fuzzy. I wish you could feel it, or see it better. But anyway, I'm trying to show you the texture as much as I can. And then I used a little velvet ribbon and a little crocheted flower. And that dress form is also from the shop, and I dressed her with lace. I had so much fun playing with the dress forms and designing the little dresses. Yeah, that was like the most fun. I just had a blast. And then I used an old vintage piece of jewelry there, and that mirror. I put a mirror in the background, and I think I just had that in my stash. It was, yeah, I did, and I just colored it with some of the Dilutions mica sprays. Okay, so that is what month is May. And June, I'm going to cut the June off as the halfway point, and then do video number 2. On this one, I used a lot of things from my stash. Basically, that fabric vine and the hanging lantern. That's a chipboard laser. That's a laser cut piece, but it's not from the shop. I really don't know where I got it. I've had it for a while, and I just decided to do this page just like kind of all in silhouette, sort of. I love the combination of black and aqua, and I used a little cameo and a lollipop flower that I had made a while back and was in my stash. The chair, however, is from the Mini Album Scrap shop. This was the other chair that came with the pieces that we got to play with, and I've used a flocked animal print on that one, so it's furry. I just tried to do as much texture as I could. Okay, so that is going to be the end of my my video number 1. There's my information, and I'm going to come back with video number 2 in a few minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye.